Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC P084F refers to a malfunction in the park neutral switch output circuit in the Honda Pilot, model years 2016 through 2022. This code indicates that the vehicle's electrical circuit has a problem that affects the park neutral switch, which is a critical component in determining the transmission's operational state. Essentially, the park neutral switch informs the transmission control module, TCM, whether the vehicle is in park or neutral, which is crucial for starting the engine and ensuring proper functioning of the transmission. It's important to note that this DTC is not a consequence of mechanical issues within the transmission, but is strictly an electrical fault. The correct functioning of the park neutral switch is vital for the vehicle's response during shifting and ignition. If this error code appears, troubleshooting is necessary to pinpoint the electrical issue at hand. The park neutral switch plays a crucial role in signaling the state of the transmission to the vehicle's control systems. This switch is typically located in the transmission assembly, where it physically interacts with the transmission gears. It ensures that the vehicle cannot start unless it is in park P or neutral N position. DTC P084F indicates a failure in the output circuit of this switch, meaning that the TCM is not receiving the proper signals from the switch. This can lead to incorrect vehicle behavior, such as being unable to shift or start the engine. Electrical issues may arise from loose connections or damaged wires, making this DTC crucial to diagnose promptly. Understanding the layout and function of the park neutral switch enhances troubleshooting accuracy and efficiency. There are several potential causes for DTC P085. An open circuit in the park-out ATPP or ATPP line is one of the primary concerns. This would indicate that somewhere in the wiring, the connection has been interrupted, preventing the transmission control module, TCM, from receiving the necessary input from the park neutral switch. Another common issue is a short to ground in these wires, which can short-circuit the signal and lead to erroneous readings. Additionally, poor connections or loose terminals at the TCM could also trigger this DTC, as any disruption in the flow of electrical signals can affect the switch's functionality. Addressing these issues accurately is essential to resolve the DTC and ensure the vehicle operates smoothly. When DTC P084F is present, drivers may experience a number of noticeable symptoms. A common symptom is the illumination of the check engine light, which serves as an immediate alert that a fault has been detected in the vehicle's systems. Furthermore, improper shifting of the transmission may occur, leading to difficulty changing gears or a total inability to shift, which is particularly dangerous while driving. In addition, the vehicle may not start at all if the system detects that it is not in the correct park or neutral state. These symptoms highlight the importance of the park neutral switch and how critical it is for the vehicle's operation. Recognizing these signs early can facilitate timely diagnoses and prevent more significant issues down the line. The first troubleshooting step involves verifying whether DTC P084F is present under specific conditions. Start by turning the vehicle's ignition to the on mode. Then use the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to clear the DTC from the memory. Once the DTC has been cleared, turn the ignition to the off lock mode. Next, start the engine and allow it to idle for several seconds while it is in the park position. Finally, while stepping on the brake pedal, shift the transmission into neutral and wait for a brief moment. After performing these actions, the next step is to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs, again using the HDS. If P084F is indicated, it confirms the issue is persistent and you should proceed to the next troubleshooting step. If the code does not appear, it may point to an intermittent failure, warranting checks for loose connections or terminal integrity at the TCM. The second step in troubleshooting DTC P084F focuses on checking for an open circuit in the relevant wiring. Begin by turning the vehicle to the off-lock mode to ensure safety during the process. Disconnect the TCM58P connector and the under-dash fuse/relay box connector E, which consists of 36 pins. After disconnecting these connectors, check for continuity between the two test points with the multimeter. The first test point should be TCM58P connector pin 32, while the second test point is located at the under-dash fuse/relay box connector E, pin 27. Continuous electrical contact between these 2 points indicates that there are no breaks in the wiring. If continuity exists, you can proceed to the next troubleshooting step. However, if there is no continuity, it indicates an open in the park-out ATPP wire, necessitating further investigation and repair in the wiring between the under-dash fuse/relay box and the TCM. The third step involves checking for a short in the same wire that has been examined for opens. This requires that the vehicle remains in the off-lock mode, and both the TCM58P connector and the under-dash fuse relay box connector E should still be disconnected. Once in position, repeat the continuity test again using pin 32 at the TCM58P connector as your first test point. For the second test point, use a suitable body ground. If continuity is present in this case, it signifies that there is a short to ground in the park-out ATPP wire, which needs immediate attention. Repairing this short is necessary to eliminate the malfunction indicated by DTC P084F. If no continuity is found, then the wiring is considered intact, and further diagnosis should involve consulting authorized service information or possibly substituting the TCM with a known good unit for testing purposes. After completing repairs aimed at resolving the causes of DTC P084F, it's essential to verify that the repairs were effective. Start by meticulously reconnecting all electrical connectors that were previously disconnected. This includes both the TCM58P connector and the under-dash fuse relay box connector E. Once everything is securely connected, use the HDS again to clear any DTCs stored in the memory. Subsequently, conduct a functionality test by operating the vehicle under conditions that previously triggered the DTC. Proper functioning of the transmission should now restore normal operation, and the check engine light should remain off. If DTC P084F reoccurs, further investigation will be necessary to identify any unresolved issues causing the error code. To prevent the recurrence of DTC P084F, implement regular preventive maintenance practices. Start with inspections of the wiring related to the park neutral switch output circuit to ensure there are no signs of wear, corrosion, or damage. It's also prudent to periodically check electrical connections at the TCM to ensure they are secure and free of debris. Using genuine replacement parts during repairs is vital, as these parts meet manufacturer specifications and help maintain vehicle integrity. Ensuring the electrical system in your Honda Pilot is in good condition will aid in preventing future faults. This proactive stance not only enhances performance, but can also save time and money in the long run by avoiding repetitive and costly repairs. In conclusion, DTC P084F signifies an electrical issue within the park neutral switch output circuit of the Honda Pilot. Understanding the root causes, symptoms, and troubleshooting steps for this DTC equips technicians with the tools necessary to resolve the issue efficiently. quick and effective diagnoses prevent more significant issues, such as damage to the transmission or starting failures. Regular maintenance checks of the wiring and connections can also play a critical role in ensuring long-term vehicle reliability. Always consider using genuine parts for repairs to maintain optimal performance. By focusing on these key aspects, both technicians and owners can contribute positively to the longevity and performance of the Honda Pilot. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.